Oh, okay. I was like, how is all my boba floating? It just all fell. All right, and we're back for finals. We have AppleSith versus Krezkrieg and the YB Greed. So both players are playing Cauldron, one of. So both ramp.
Yeah, in a way, in a sense. Yeah. I think the biggest problem for Kit going into this matchup is that he has been heavily relying on the fact that his deck takes out other purple decks, and suddenly in the finals he is not playing against a purple deck. He's playing against Amber Sapphire. So basically his Horseman Strikes do absolutely nothing.
Right.
Meanwhile, Harrison, AppleSith, all his Horseman Strikes have targets. So he basically just has more removal in the deck than Kit does.
Yeah.
He's also got the Hades. He's got he's got the board wipes. He's got ways to draw cards. I think it's going to be a harder matchup for Krezkrieg, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think, and then also AppleSith has the Ink Runner to deal with evasives, although no evasives of his own. But yeah, at least the Horseman Strike draws a card for Krezkrieg, but he probably has other ways to draw with all those Amethyst cards. Yeah. All right. Without further ado, here is the finals for Quest Coast 2.
All right. Off to the races, doing the altar. This is the finals here at Quest Coast number 2.
Yep, 2 final boss.
Yep, I lost to both of these gentlemen in the in the Swiss.
I just lost to AppleSith. I could not stop him. AppleSith has had quite a run.
Yeah.
So far, undefeated.
Undefeated. He even played final round in Swiss.
Yes.
And won.
Because GZ has a team model, I believe. No IDs.
Yeah. No IDs.
You can't see it, but I joked.
I'll ID.
I'll take the ID.
I'll take the ID. I'm fine with it.
Having top seed or playing 4 seed has its advantages.
It does, yeah.
If you've
How
scouted,
confident are you?
Exactly. Scouted and gained some confidence.
Yeah. I have definitely been in that situation where I know that I'm probably going to beat the person.
Inking a play a develop? Yep, there it is.
Looking for that ramp. And finds it.
On break, hey, there you go. There's that small percentage Chris talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I told Krezkrieg on break, the reason why he has not left from that seat is his sweater is just too cute, but we can't see it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Rampant. Tico. Actually didn't even need the ramp. Didn't even need the sail. So
right.
Go with
Did he draw the Tico off the top there?
I missed it. It's a little hard to see the player's hands too.
But he did pull the sail from the development.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play Mowgli and try and snipe something. So there is a Raging Storm.
Yep.
It's going to take it out because honestly, what's the Raging Storm doing?
I like how
right now
AppleSith kind of separates what are legal targets to give them the choice, but
I do that too.
Time. Yeah. But then the other advantage there is you do get to see the hand. So
yeah.
But often with my short-term memory, I see the hand. I remember, threat, and then I forget.
I remember I try to just remember the most important thing.
Yeah, that's actually
gonna play Cindy and ramp because I can't remember either. But if I remember they have this one specific card I'm scared of, I'm gonna keep that in mind until I see it.
Right. Right. We're gonna play another
mode.
I mean, there were
gonna snipe probably the Horseman Strikes, right. But yeah.
Right. I think maybe AppleSith was choosing for him or not choosing for him, but lack of better words, knew kind of which card would be likely chosen.
Yeah. Gonna play the Moana and Ink from the discard, which is probably why he was wanting to play develop and other things to just load up the discard so that he could
Right.
he could ink and not have to use cards in his hand.
Man, earlier against another blue player, they had Moana, they played Sail. Sail went into the discard, now eligible to be inked. And so Sail allowing you to ink an additional time, but then inked the Sail that was now in the discard. It threw me off, but I was like, oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
It checks out. You know? Quite a move, because essentially Moana is another new card this set that basically extends your hand. You're able to ink from the discard.
It's very nice. You feel like you get second life out of those
Correct.
other things. Gonna go ahead and trade the Cindy so that he can't ramp more like princesses.
Yep. Play for value and ink whatever is in there.
Empress Sapphire does play a fair amount of princesses. But he needs the Tigger to bounce his own Ilanwi. Probably to use for ink or just protect it.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison going to go digging again. Ends up taking the Horseman Strikes just in case Kit ends up playing some kind of evasive on the next turn. Already has a Moana, so chooses not to take the extra Moana because can't ink twice with two Moanas, right? So,
yeah. That was a develop, or actually, how did he grab the? What happened there? I missed it.
I believe he's developing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. We're trading the Moana.
And then he with the Moana's ability to develop and everything. Yeah.
And there comes in handy the Horseman Strikes, and then just going to quest with the Tipo. Both players just one for one-ing, each other, just taking stuff out. But I think AppleSith Harrison has probably the upper hand in the long run because he has so many tools to just control the board. Although both of these players are playing Black Cauldron, so this could get very grindy.
Yeah.
And yet another Horseman Strikes, which is part of the advantage of Harrison's deck is being able to just take out all of the evasives, but also Kit not having the ability to do that.
Yeah, it's looking quite grim here on Krezkrieg's side. Not being able to really have anything stick.
The score wouldn't tell you that, but
look at all that ink on
all that ink
side.
All those resources in the discard.
Had to ink the Elsa, just to see if Elsa can be anything else, and maybe one drop. Yeah, there's the Ellen movie. But yeah, I think when you played AppleSith, he said in the mirror it kind of might be whoever gets to Cauldron first. Yeah, in the mirror for Amethyst Steel, it might be whoever gets to Demona first, right?
In a lot of ways, yes. If the person who's going first can capitalize on the Demona first,
or strength, yeah. But yeah, when I played AppleSith, loading up that Cauldron. First of all, I was dead if he ever got to that point. I needed to aggro out. But yeah, loading it up with Hades and Surfer Stitch, it was just so much value under that Cauldron, and I don't remember that.
Using the Hypnotic Strength to just try and find some more stuff. Did use the Ilanwi and World's Greatest to take out the Hades. Using that tech again, and then going to bounce the Ilanwi for either extra ink or just protect it from Cinderella. But and then Hades will take that out. I think we've entered the control zone now. Where,
it's kind of hitting that critical mass, right?
Yeah, like Kit also hasn't really been seeing a lot of his card draw, so that is making him play a little bit slower. Meanwhile, Harrison's churning and getting, getting his card draw.
Hades, Surfer Stitch, man, it's pretty good value.
Playing yet another Horseman Strikes. Question 3, he's off to the races now. He's got 5 lore on the board, and Kit doesn't really have anything right now to fight back. I see a Sven, but the Sven is going to take out, Cinderella at most.
Yeah, because it only does 5 damage with the Challenger 3. Yeah.
As the Ilanwi and passes.
Thinking back on my game,
Another surfer stage drops
Yeah.
2 more cards.
Oh,
it got to the point against AppleSith where sometimes I ask cards in hand or cards in ink, but with this setup, this engine, I'm like, okay, a lot of cards in hand, a lot of cards in ink. Like,
Yeah.
do whatever you want. Your whole deck is on the table. Yep.
About 5 more. Just keep digging for
I
whatever at this point.
Yeah. I do appreciate how AppleSith keeps his discard and visible. You can always check public information at any time.
Yeah.
But I definitely is more for him, but I do appreciate that as well as and on the other side.
From a caster's perspective, I can see
that's
how
right
many
too,
things
exactly.
that we use without having to think about it. But I wonder if he's digging for Cauldron, because at this point he does have a Hades in the discard, and he's got the Moana, so he has things he can bring back.
Or at this point, that Mufasa just to close it out.
That is true. He does have the Mufasa.
Yeah. Because I feel like maybe they're called in just to play with new toys. But the Mufasa, he's making it work. He's undefeated.
The Cauldron does allow you to grind. In a really big way.
Yeah.
You can just let it go and then take out the Ilanwi. Just gonna get very aggressive with it. Play yet another Cinderella to help filter all this card drop.
No, it doesn't.
There it is, the Mufasa, and he's gonna have to pick up and shuffle his ink.
I think you and Chris joked earlier. Often you just find a couple typos or sales, but it doesn't really matter. There's so much ink here. That's just more
It's just more stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
not
ink the
really
typo,
matter.
or the sale can replace itself again. But that.
Or you get lucky. You get something back.
Yeah.
Something cool.
4/9 quest for 4. Not too bad.
Yeah. I did play the Mufasa, I think, in a Blurple deck, like back when he came out, and when you actually quested it, you kind of just win.
Yeah, I tried and
It's-
blue steel, and that was not the move.
It's rough, but when it works, man, it works, and that's gonna be the end of game 1.
There it is. Mufasa didn't even have to quest.
Mufasa didn't even have to quest; just had to be like, I'm on the board and I'm gonna win, pretty much. Yeah.
I want to see. So, AppleSith is running 2 Mufasas. I want to see him get to the point where he drops a Mufasa. Next turn, he quests Mufasa and readies all his. Or plays a bunch of stuff, readies all his ink, and plays another Mufasa.
It's possible, but I feel like you've already won by then.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a side quest.
yeah.
Challenge. If you're hearing this, AppleSith, there's a challenge for you.
If you do that, you're just showing off at that point, to be honest.
But I did see when I was scouting, he does have an enchanted one. So at least the one we saw just now is not the enchanted one. But there is an enchanted in there. And I want to see it.
Yes, sir. He did have an enchanted.
Unless he eats it with tipo. Oh, extra side quest. Ink a Mufasa.
Get
Get
it
enchanted with the tipo in the beginning. Get it back and then replay it.
God.
Wow, that.
Talk about it impossible. Like, the odds are so
That's
stacked against you.
that's how, if you want to 100% the game of Lorcana, that is going to be a side quest.
You can just quit after that. You did it. You won.
Yeah.
I see a Tipo. Here's Santos. He's got the ink. He's got a lot of stuff he can ink. Like a lot of let it goes. Throws 3 back, seems like.
I wasn't paying them.
Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly what he threw back, but he's obviously going to keep the Tipo. I did see quite a few let it goes. He probably threw some of those back because you really don't want them early. Like, the best case for let it go is you draw it right when you need it, or when you would like to have it, and you have something to sing it, or you just want to get tons of advantage. Having it really early on just means you kind of ink them and then you don't have them anymore. So throwing them away is usually the play.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
See a Horseman Strikes. See a Moana. See a Develop. He's actually set up a pretty good hand.
Will we see another game 3 from Krezkrieg?
We're going to do another Develop.
AppleSith.
Take a peek.
Yeah, AppleSith just needs to win this last one and we can call it a day. Krezkrieg won't go down that easy though, you know.
Yeah, he's. I mean, both these players have been playing all day. They're both very good, and they're going to try their hardest.
Yeah.
They play the Willow.
On the line is first place gets a box of Winterspell, and so does second place. But first place also gets a paid invite to the CCQ here in Sacramento, Glimmer Games.
Yep.
Hosted by John Santos, Josie Margos, and Rebecca Quest.
Yeah. I saw Harrison throw the Moana into the inkwell, which means, and because he does have a Pete in hand, it means he's probably planning on playing Pete on turn 4.
Yeah. Man, AppleSith got 2 Petes down on me, and I couldn't deal with them. So he was
putting 1 damage. Huh?
He was getting lots of draw and filter from those 2 Petes.
Probably safe to put the 1 damage on Willow, because even if Kit has the cat, there's not enough ink to play the cat and then punish them for it. But is going to play the Elsa with the Willow, and actually there would have been because of the Willow. So yeah, interesting choice. But he's going to play the Pete in the class.
Yeah, Pete becomes a developer brand, and it becomes a vision, and gets you a lot of.
The highest I've ever gotten P2 was 3, and even then I was pushing it. Like most of the time sometimes I'm just like 1 is fine. You're drawing a card. If a card said exert, like win this character quest, you draw, everybody would be like, this card's amazing. Right? And Pete, if you boost him once, basically says that. If you boost him twice, then it says play developer brain, which is also good. But it also is nice because it doesn't count as drawing a card, I believe. It counts as putting a card in your hand.
Yep, put 1 into your hand.
Yeah, so
Diablo ever comes
Diablo.
back.
I don't think Diablo's ever coming
Well,
back.
in Infinity.
But in Infinity, yeah. Exactly. And Iago and a Woodchucks, and then playing World's Greatest to take out Pete. Just probably why you don't boost, unless you're playing against another blue deck, you probably don't boost Pete the minute you play him. But Harrison is going to put the Moana and ink the Wolfsman Strikes.
Yeah.
Since it doesn't do anything right now.
And for viewers at home that the reason why we bring up that Diablo, it benefits from your opponent drawing a card. You can also draw a card, but putting a card in your hand does not trigger that.
Mm-hmm. Iago probably going to take out the Moana. Yep.
All right. Krezkrieg was able to manage the board a bit here, and has a book to draw more later, but probably not until Krezkrieg empties his hand, because the Mona, it would be in Krezkrieg's best interest to have a low hand count so that the Mona can keep ready.
Another Moana, and then playing the sail.
There it is.
Inking the
Play
sail.
the sail.
Yeah.
Play Moana. Ink the sail.
Such a cool play.
It's great. That was a good use of a new card.
Yep. And you get to just it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moana, I believe, is very close to being a broken card, but I don't think she's broken at all. As somebody who's played with her, I think she's perfectly fine. Yeah. But she does
hit for 4.
She does, yes, but for 5 costs, that's a lot, right?
True.
Okay, then there's going to be a Cheshire Cat here. It's probably going to move some damage off the Algo, I'm going to assume. Yep, going to boost. Take that damage, put on Moana.
And only pay 2 for Cat because there is a Grandmother Willow on the board. It's kind of glared out a little bit, but it's towards the bottom.
It's too shiny.
Yeah.
Go ahead and quest. Kid just racing to the finish line. Harrison kind of needs a raging storm at this point, which does not seem to have.
Using the Moana ability while we can.
Although he might. He's questing like he does, and there it is, raging storm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It'll wipe the board.
Yep. So both quest, but also use Moana's ability. or he cannot anymore.
Mm-hmm. He put a Demona to an empty board just to
was he able to draw?
yeah, he was. Get a body on the board. He also has another Demona in hand, so you can always just use it later. I think the cat doesn't pop Woodchuck, though.
Well,
I guess because of the Demona.
Demona later, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter this turn, but just having that foresight later to have too many cards in hand.
Sure.
Yeah. He only has 7 ink. I don't know if he'd be able to dump his hand. Well, now he has 8.
Pearson has done a very good job of stabilizing this game.
Yeah. Like you said, both formidable players.
Yeah.
Fun games with both of them. Here.
Yeah, I mean, in a round 2 video where I was playing Harrison, like, you can't hear us, but we were, like, that was my first ever feature match, and a lot of people are just like, I was so nervous or whatever, and I was like, this just felt like Tuesday, like we were at locals or something, because it was just like, buddies, and then he played Simba or Mufasa on me, and we just started laughing because I was not expecting it.
Well, I mean, you and I helped set this up, and I still was nervous. I was chosen for round 1, but I think it's part of becoming a better player too, because DLCs, you might get chosen, you might get featured, and
playing another Willow out here, but even if I got selected at a DLC and I got just slaughtered, I would be like, let's do it.
Yeah, because then
I could just make fun of myself.
And also for growth, you can watch where you made mistakes. I mean, I've been to a few of these DLCs, and boy, I'm playing some crazy mistakes,
Harrison swinging back, got the Surfer Stitch, drawing cards, then using Hades to sing "Let It Go."
Hades essentially getting another Hades,
just effect. Not letting Kit have any cards whatsoever.
It wasn't,
but letting him have a lot of ink.
Both Hades, Infernal Schemer, and Let It Go were in set 1.
Yeah, I played Blood Bowl set 1, and they were like the core.
But we didn't. I mean, we had one jump. But we definitely have.
You did play one jump, and
you had Mickey,
and you played Detective Mickey.
Yeah, but actually, I still don't think I've seen. I don't think too many players, were high on Hades. There were a few. There were a few
at the time. I think we all knew Hades was strong. He was like a $30 card.
I know, but it wasn't like. Well, we're talking about back in the era of Ruby Amethyst and Steel Song.
Sure.
And, but we had our day 1 Blue Steel players. Ruby Sapphire.
Gonna take out the Dumbo. Horseman Strikes once again coming back. Such a great card. There's another Surfer Stitch that he's gonna drop down, just draw cards. Why not? Surfer Stitch is such an imposing threat. And
man, is that the 4th Surfer? 1 went into the ink while at least.
Might be a 3rd or something.
Like you said in the pre-game, all the Horseman Strikes are to AppleSith's advantage, not so much Krezkrieg, but it does replace itself if you ever needs to cycle it.
Yeah, free to draw a card is that's expensive. But
but he's not able to get his Dumbos to stick.
Yeah,
he has speaking of cycle, he has a hypnotic strength.
He has the Cauldron,
and I misspoke earlier. Mobley is the opponent's choice, so
it is the opponent's choice.
Whoops.
Which is why, Timon is
just remembered now because I would joke it's my choice, but yes, I'm going to choose it. I'm going to choose it because I want to choose.
Just trying to find some.
And speaking of which, so AppleSith did choose to keep the clothing in hand, correct?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? He's got tons of stuff in the discard that he can.
He has an enchanted, beautiful clothing.
Yes. I thought about buying one, but then they doubled in price, and I was like, they may have dropped down again.
And we haven't even shown this video yet. No, I'm just kidding. But I should have got it when it was 20 or 30. This goes enchanted.
It's like $50 or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw it. I could have been mistaken. All right, let's see. Let's see here.
Kit drawing for turn. I
He
really don't know.
Pay 3 to draw.
Yeah, like
But I mean, what else could he have
What
done
else
with
can you do, right?
Yeah,
like while
I don't know what was in the same.
Opposite Harrison is behind, is gonna finally play that Black Cauldron and then probably load up Moana or something. Let's see how the Hades.
Surface
load up
Stitch.
Surface Stitch, just draw more cards. While he's behind in lore, he has so much more advantage. He's gonna play the Nakoma, 2 Nakoma,
Oh boy.
to help challenge, just
Yeah.
de-incentivize
I
Kit
know.
from exerting at all.
I know he really enjoys playing the Coma on curve against aggro decks. And yeah, it's an Iago. It's an Iago that
Super
does not have Vanish,
Yep.
but doesn't have evasive.
But also doesn't have evasive.
Yeah.
But she does help you in the aggro matchup, so I think he's onto something there with that.
But yeah, seeing the
I
Cauldron,
haven't tried his list yet.
seeing the Cauldron with Surface Stitch, I know Hades probably gonna go in there. It's just giving me some trouble.
Coming out, Hades coming out. Just gonna cycle the Stitch because he's got another one loaded into the Cauldron anyway. He doesn't really care.
Easy decision there by AppleSith to not give Krezkrieg any more draw.
I think probably 60% of the time you're gonna want to probably put the character under the deck.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten it down to a science. I know there's a wrong answer. I just don't know when I'm making that wrong
Yeah,
answer.
I mean, most of the time you probably don't want to give them more cards.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I think if I'm ahead, I'm often.
But if you play one character and they play Hades and that's all you've got, you kind of feel like you don't really have a choice. Ends up pulling another Surface
He
Stitch
doesn't even need the
and
Cauldron.
then draws another Raging Storm, which he most
And he's
likely
gonna load it up. Not on use. He doesn't. Yeah.
loading it up with a
Oh,
Cinderella.
okay. So load up some filter.
Some more
It's
filter.
it's because there isn't a Hades.
Yeah.
In the
Using the Nakomas to challenge.
that just came out. He caught himself.
Yeah. So catching up real quick here. Got tons of lore on the board and probably going to draw more cards next turn unless he has to respond in some way to something. Even if...
Yeah, so it took 1 from the Mowgli.
Yeah.
And then
0 from...
AppleSith, I feel like I don't think that when I play AppleSith, I don't think there's ever a turn where he has an Analysis Paralysis, and I cannot say the same. I'm always overthinking.
I almost always don't get caught because I'm such a reactionary player. I just go.
Yeah.
Which is probably part of my one of my weaker aspects. I think I probably should have taken a little more time. Just loading up stuff on the board, trying to decide if he should quest or not. But he does have a pretty good advantage here. Trying to push Harrison into possibly wiping the board again, which he could.
Yeah, that actually would be in Krezkrieg's advantage. But would it though? Because the Cauldron.
Yeah, Cauldron will allow. Well, that's the thing. So if he quests now, he's going to get 6.
Yeah.
That'll push him to 17, which will put him in the lead, and then he can wipe the board. Which I think he's
going for.
And then he'll have the ability to load up Hades into the Cauldron.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's like you called it.
It's almost like I not only played him, but I played this exact deck.
Yeah, that's true. You know, the Cauldron being able to have a follow-up to the Raging Storm. Raging Storm, often people were treating it kind of like B-Prep.
And then he doesn't even really need it. He draws another Hades, but he is going to go ahead and load it up into the Cauldron anyway. So now he's got 2
The
Hades.
Hades and the Surface Stitch. Just those 2 alone, being able to just extend your hand.
Bring them back at will.
Yeah. Oh boy! Talk about control. He's got removal and draw, just sitting there. And
your
filter.
opponent feels horrible when you just have Hades sitting in Cauldron because they're
You're
like,
showing your hand.
you're literally like, whatever you play, I'm deleting. It's going away.
Even with all that ink, though, at least he only can play 1 at a time because Cauldron has to exert. Yep.
The thing is, he kind of has to he kind of has to just be super aggressive because Kit's already at 14 lore, so even one lore at any moment could be like life and death.
Yeah, so I was saying earlier, the Raging Storm kind of reminisces how like B-Prep was played, and then the Cauldron kind of I don't know, like the follow-up of B-Prep with like the locations or the library and stuff.
Chooses the Ilanwi, which I think is probably the correct choice because he knows that she
can give the two support.
Did he misplay just now? Did he just play two characters from the? I think so.
Yeah.
I think he played two characters from Cauldron.
So he paid.
You need to exert Cauldron to play a character from it.
And he didn't pay for the second Cauldron tax, which AppleSith probably would have caught if he did. So there's 4. He only paid 1 tax. But yeah, I was gonna say
late in the day.
Yeah, it's fine. It's finals. Yeah. I was gonna say AppleSith. He's a formidable Ruby Sapphire player. He plays on Blue Steel as well. And then maybe the judge is seeing. Wait.
No, he overpaid for something.
Yeah. But yeah, so
question go 3. That's it. Yep. That's game. Harrison is our Quest Coast champion.
Man, what a performance from our very own AppleSith. Right? Yeah. There's so much that was happening there to keep up. I wanted to say, AppleSith went back to his roots. There's if you know, you know, because your very first deck AppleSith played ever in a tournament for the Stitch set champs was actually Amber Sapphire. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. With the dwarves and that Gaston. I think that Gaston quested for 3.
Yeah.
But it also drew a bunch of cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you think? What'd you think of the finals? What'd you think of the tournament as a whole? Let's start with the finals.
It was a interesting finals. I feel like it was probably a really hard game for Kit to win that, just because of the color pair is so favored into like aggro and stuff. It kind of can't handle things going over it, which Amber Sapphire is probably like next to blue green is like the highest of flying control decks, right? So kind of means that if you can't win by turn 5 or 6 against this deck, like you're probably not gonna win unless unless the Amber Sapphire player like bricks really hard.
I think you had to go. You had to try to make it as aggro-y as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe the genie's out.
It seemed like some of his draws were also not great against also the Horseman Strikes just doing literally nothing in this matchup.
Because even if Krezkrieg got the genies out, there's just the Horseman Strikes, and then the swift path to removal on just having blue ramp is quite scary. Yeah, AppleSith, you've come a long way from getting top cut with that the dwarf starter in these colors. This is definitely not a starter deck here, but I'm glad I got to see a Mufasa, even though it came down just to say I'm here.
The Mufasa showed up in the game against me. In fact, he played 2 of them on me in one game.
You got to see the enchant.
I saw him. I saw him. To wrap up, special thank you to Quest Coast, Mando's Bounty, Angry Goose Games, everybody that showed up to play. It was an awesome event. Like we said in the beginning, Quest Coast tournaments, they're going to be happening at the beginning of the set, every set release. So there will be one in Wilds Unknown. And they're really fun because you get to see a kind of a good variety of decks, because not everybody really knows what to play yet. The meta's not totally solidified, so
Yeah.
you get a little bit of an interesting experience.
Yeah, and I got to talk to them a bit, and that's something that really motivated them to do this, is to have it on week 1 when the meta hasn't been shaped yet. We have all these new exciting cards, and well, there's the problem of having a week 1 tournament like this is, well, as a player, would I have the cards in time to play and have some new toys? Well, that's the beauty of Mando's Bounty being our a local vendor. They, like we said, they wanted to sell local first and before they listed anything online, and so a lot of our players really appreciated that. And
I bought a lot of things off them.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without our players. So thanks everyone for coming to play, and we hope to see more of you and your friends for the next ones. And it's tricky to schedule these things, right? Having to see a bit of it with this tournament, with other tournaments in our area. I'm super appreciative of our area. I say it to people, I feel like we're spoiled, because you see on like Discords and Reddit and stuff how maybe this game is not so competitive. It's losing how many people go out to League and stuff because maybe the only competitive scene is Set Champ. So I do appreciate this area having these kind of like medium-sized tournaments. Yeah.
We actually have a good amount, I would say, a good amount of tournaments in the Bay Area.
Yeah. From all the way down to Salinas to Sacramento and everywhere in between, I think, right? And I guess, and growing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, or actually AppleSith and I, sorry, we went down to Anaheim for another tournament in Fable, and that was a lot of fun too. Cool. Well, we hope to be back to next set. Where can we find more of your work?
You can find me on youtube.com/@sorcerershat.
And for any of your video needs, you can send an email with inquiries to bluegrassbaymedia@gmail.com. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This was
A lot of
great.
work.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
And see you at the next one.
Yep. Thank you for watching.
Do this and that.
Wait, we gotta do the intro now.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting up to do that.
Special thanks to Angry Goose Games in San Lorenzo, California for hosting the event. Be sure to check them out for all your board game, tabletop, and TCG needs. Presented by Sorcerer's Hat. Check out my channel on YouTube. I post brand new Lorcana videos every single Friday. Visit me at youtube.com/@sorcerershat. Produced by Bluegrass Bay Media, your source for event coverage, social promotions, training videos, and more. For more information, email bluegrassbaymedia@gmail.com. Sponsored by Mando's Bounty, your local Bay Area TCG vendor and organizers of Quest Coast.
Email to bluegrass. Okay, wait. I messed up my own. Wait, no, that's right. That's a wrap, folks.